welcome back to my YouTube channel. Darling. Thank you guys so much for clicking once again. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. And to my OGs, you know what to do. Comment down below, let me know, gang. All right, guys, so I'm back again with another Canadian news. Like, those of you that watch the channel, you know that we always introduce, I say sometimes I have good news and I have Canadian news, and today I just have Canadian news. Now, first of all, I have to put in my disclaimer. Everything I say here on this channel is just personal opinion. I'm not an immigration consultant. I am not in any way trying to give advice. I don't even like to give. I don't advise anybody. What I'm saying is just gist. Now, to address some certain comments, because I usually do that up front. Someone was like, I've forgotten the comments. If I see yourself, I go post them. Why don't you people post good news? Please, my channel is +8. I will not give an exact age range because maturity comes in different age. Please, this channel is for mature minds only. I will not pet you. If you know that you still need me person they pet you, we are not in a relationship. I will not pet and pamper you. When I hear news, I give you as it is. Go and do what you want to do with the information. That's my own no. Let me just be saying it because some people are like, no, also be telling I will not manufacture good news. That's why people are having fake miracle, running to pillar to post to fake prophet, because people just like the, you know, when they know things are not going right, they just want, just tell me something. No, you must not lie. You just work with it and know that this is a phase, right? Get used to it. Please, this channel is for matured minds only. So that you come and say, oh, I see, why not say all that good parts? That good thing, I'm in the Canada. But if currently the news that is coming up is a certain way, I have to tell you the news. When they have good news, I also say it. All right, guys. So today, Marc Miller, our guy, announced a lot of changes. Now, if you've been following this channel for the past, let's say 6 months, you will know when he started off, especially January. In fact, from last year, I gave play-by-play video on every single policy, and even when he promised that September. So what this guy released now is not news to some of us that have been following it, because he said there will be more changes coming up. Okay, now we're going to be reading the changes. Those of you that don't know this channel, I don't know where you have been, we are reading from Olufemiloye. Please check him out on Instagram. He's also very good. His channel, his Instagram page has been very helpful to us. We keep tracks of draws and the rest of them from his page, so follow him. So he wrote in his post, said, just in, Canada's immigration minister has announced 6 additional measures for the international student program. Now, this video is concerning the international students program, mainly because earlier this year when they announced the cuts, they made some changes. Now, back then I said, if you hear changes, please start acting fast, because we do not even know if there will be more, because he promised more cuts, but we don't know the extent. This entire announcement is changing everything. Now, the first one, what I'll do, I'll tell you the announcement and then we'll talk about it. It says, as part of the changes to the PGWP program, all applicants will be required to demonstrate a minimum language proficiency in French or English. This will increase their ability to transition to permanent residence and adapt to changing economic conditions. A Canadian language benchmark, CLB level 7 for university graduates and CLB 5 for college graduates will be required for anyone applying for PGWP on or after November 1st. So those of you that just finished your school that are applying now, it doesn't affect you. So it is on or after November 1st. Now, what this implies is that for those of you that are doing university courses, university programs, your IELTS, you cannot score lower than band 7. For those that are doing college, you cannot score lower than band 5. Now, the downside is, even though you score band 5 and you get your PGWP, when you want to do PR, you have to do another IELTS and make sure you don't score lower than a certain band. Why? Because your PR points, for your profile to open, you need 8 in listening, 777 in the rest, reading, writing, speaking, right? 8 for listening. Now, if you're looking at, oh, I need just band 5 as a college student to get my PGWP, that's fine and good. But you will still need to do the IELTS that will give you that high point. You cannot dodge it. That's like paying for IELTS twice. And the people that sent me mail, shout out to see. When I got this news earlier today, so this video will be coming up tomorrow. So when you're watching it, you know we got the news a day before. Now, people that were sending me emails and people that, of course, called immediately for express consultation and the rest of them, somebody mentioned that as you've been saying, do your IELTS, be in the pool, do your IELTS, be in the pool. It is the students that are already in the pool that know that they are not even afraid of this, because you've done several IELTS, you've seen that, okay, I'm in the pool. So let's say plus or minus, you're supposed to graduate December or sometime maybe later next year. You're calm about it because these changes do not affect you. As somebody living in Canada, what do I think about this? I think it's a welcome development. Not every news is bad news. Simply because they say, okay, see, if you come to school, before you get your work permit, show your proof of the English. Personally, I would say yes and no, because if they can make it at the point of entry, it is best, because we have people even in our classes that couldn't express themselves in English. And it was really, really disheartening, especially when you're putting study groups with them. They will write 3 sentences in English and then they go back to their language. All of us have different accents. As long as you speak the English, no matter the accent, especially for those of us that are from Africa or somewhere else, most Westerners are not designed to understand other accents. That's why when people say, there was one comment, somebody said, speak Canadian English. If you don't understand what I'm saying, the video is not for you. Like, you have to be a different level of dense. This video now is for intelligent people. My videos are for strictly intelligent people. Those of us that write IELTS, we know that when you're writing IELTS, you have to listen to Irish English, Scottish English, British English, Australian English. They are different because they use different, especially for the listening. You have to train your ears. When an Indian person is speaking, as long as the person is speaking English, you train your ears. That's why this IELTS now is the next step, because they want a situation whereby the normal Canadians can understand you. Do you understand? So it's not as much of a bad news, quote unquote. It's just for you to get the update, okay? Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. All right, so the second point states a further reduction in the intake cap on international student study permits for 2025, based on 10% reduction from 2024 targets of 485,000 new study permits issued, and then stabilizing the intake for 2026 such that the number of study permits issued remains the same as 2025. For 2025, this means reducing study permits to 437,000. So you know they reduced for this year. They are going to further reduce by 10% for next year, which is 2025, and then make sure that that reduction stays for 2025 and 2026. It is not news. This man told us when he did the reduction that they are going to review it by the year. And the reason they're announcing it now is so that those of them that are, you know, a lot of people for next year have already started getting admission. So you're supposed to know as per school the allowance that they are giving each school. From my observation and the people that I've been speaking with, more people have gotten, many people don't have a problem with admission. It is mainly the visa, because most people that, unless it's just me, it's just the visa part that gives issues. But if you're international students and you have problem with admission, let us know your thoughts so that I can do more research on if certain schools are, you know, denying admission. I do not think that's possible because they know that they are already giving limited numbers. So most of them want to give the admission, but just let us know so that we can now start investigating that separately, okay? So this is point number 2. There'll be more reductions. So if you're seeing like denials and the rest, most of them is just they keep reducing and reducing and reducing, okay? Now let's get to the third one. All right, so the point number 3 states the 2025 and 2026 study permit intake cap will include master's and doctoral students who will now have to submit provincial or territorial attestation letter. IRCC will be reserving 12% allocation spaces for these students in recognition of the benefits they bring to the Canadian labor market. In 2024, he said that the cap does not include masters and it doesn't include PhD, okay? Now, the thing is, for next year, it is going to include them. So this amount that they say 437,000 is going to include them. So before it was 437,000 for undergraduate, college, and the rest of them. The masters, they still have their own course. But now everybody, every international student, whether you're studying for undergrad, college, you know, bachelor's, PhD, masters, everybody, only 437,000 in the entire Canada. So now what they're saying is that their location, they're going to reserve 12% for masters and PhD, and then the rest of them can now be maybe fighting for 88%, so to speak, okay? Now, the new point, minus the fact that they are included in the study cap, is the fact that they now have to also get PAL. I do not think master students or PhD students will have problem getting attestation letters because, like this thing says, not only are they getting like allocation spaces specifically for them, I feel like when you go through the rigorous admission process for masters and PhD, getting attestation is going to be very easy. Somebody had asked me in one of my consultations, and we're talking about universities because he's in a university, and then he talked about different things. I say, see, the beauty of being in a university is that the players for masters and PhD are like the big boys. They did not wake up and build like 4 houses and call it a college. These universities have been for hundreds of years. Like some universities have done more than 100. Some universities have been there for 50, 60 years. So it is not like just a new college, so to speak. So they have like, how would I put it? They have a more pronounced stance in terms of government policy, so they are more protected. Okay, that's why it's also beneficial. So don't see this as a disadvantage. I believe that as a master's or PhD student, you will not have any problem getting your attestation letter after the admission. It's just that it's extra work right now. Okay, let's get to the 4th point. All right, so the 4th point states graduates from programs at public colleges will remain eligible for postgraduate work permits up to 3 years if they graduate from a field linked to occupations in long-term shortage. Now, this is the point that took me time because he needs to come back and do another fresh announcement as to what exactly they're looking for. Because if they're looking for the things in category-based draw, I remember doing a video stating that people should not do business courses again. And of course, different people had different reactions. If number 4 is anything to get by, they might start rejecting your, need for postgraduate work permits if your course is just business. Business what? Are we looking for more business people? So we need more clarifications on this so that people know if they can start planning for, especially those doing 1+1, so that okay, if my second program is going to be something in healthcare or something in, construction or something, you need to do, if Canada is, you want to live here, yes. These are the people that are looking for. Do you have any skill here? If you don't have, can you learn? If you cannot learn, then that is just express need to go back. There's no need protesting about it. We just need to be sure. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. This particular number 4, we will need more clarification. And because I just want to release the news, like latest updates, we are speaking about this particular one. So most likely, Marc Miller might come back and stress on what exactly this number 4 point is. But if he doesn't, and I get more feedback, I will be doing a video concerning that. Because listen to the last part of that statement. Say you're eligible if they graduate from a field of study linked to the occupations in long-term shortage. No, so are you trying to say, Mr. Marc Miller, that many people will not get it? Because there are many people studying business courses. I did that when I did that video. I said most of the people in colleges are doing business courses. So is he trying to say that all of them will not get it and only those in tech, healthcare, and the rest of them will get PGWP? You understand? We just need clarification. Okay, guys, let me know your thoughts. All right, so point number 5, limiting work permit eligibility later this year to spouses of master students to only those whose program is at least 16 months in duration. Now, for those of you that remember when they talked about masters, they say, you know what, the only people that can bring in spouses are master students. Now, most of the schools have master's program for, let's say, 16, 18 months. But then there are some that maybe you can do for 1 year, just 12 months. This new update is stating that your spouse can only get work permits if your program is at least 16 months in duration. So they are trying to make sure, I told people several times, this is a business. You cannot have all the benefits of a master's program. Like, let's say that first time they didn't need PAL, they were not in the study cap, and then their spouse could work. And then all they need to do is to pay for a year course. So, all right, guys, in case you hear any noise, there's an ice cream truck here. Okay, so it seemed like master students were the ones benefiting everything. Like the school fees, maybe schools went back and told them like, some programs are just 1 year, let's increase. So they pay for more semesters and the rest of them. So right now, at least 16 months. Please, if you're already in a program, check with it so that we know what's up. If you've already gotten admission, and your spouse is, processing visitor record, work permits, you need to also figure this part out. Let's know what else can be added in terms of research. I'm sure research students don't have a problem because most of them, their courses are from 16 months upward. Okay, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. So the last point is updating the postgraduate work permits this fall to align with immigration goals and labor market needs. Perfect. Now, point number 6 is the answer to point number 4, because from point number 6 you're seeing that they are definitely going to update the permit program this fall. Fall is this month and next, so it will better align with the immigration goals and labor market needs. They will probably come out with, let's say, occupations where there are shortages and courses that will give you postgraduate work permits, and maybe for how long they will give you. Do you understand? I want you guys, if you're already in school, buckle up. I've preached it more than 10 times. Please get your IELTS, be in the pool, do your worst, like be there. Why? Because we do not know what's going to happen. If this is looking like what I think is looking like, many people might have to go home sooner rather than later. Now, if PR is what you have as a goal, please be in the pool. There's like, when people now say, oh, give us good news, you want me to lie? You want me to manufacture? You want me to say that Canadians are happy with the surge in immigration and this? It might not even be that it's us that is causing the economy, whatever. It is a result of government policies. And the governments have their reason for making certain policies. And the government will not be upfront with their citizens about certain things they are doing. But guess what? The section or the group of people that are going to be thrown under the bus for the health and the safety and the political strength of this country is the international student. International students are the easiest group of people to be thrown under the bus for policies. All these policy announcements is very good on paper. The Liberal Party is going to do everything because people know that international students are a lot. But are international students the only group of temporary immigrants? No. Now, by constantly bringing policies like this openly, it now makes people know that, okay, they are doing something in terms of the immigration. I also want to announce that for the past how many months, we've not had draws. There are many people with expiring permits. There are many people that are frightened, so to speak. At this point, nobody can promise you anything. We can only pray and watch. They are delaying draws. Definitely, I feel like it is more of a political move than it is of anything. The draws that have been a bit more frequent are Canadian experience draws and provincial nomination draws, like is the province that wanted them, or they already have worked in Canada kind of thing. But just actual draws, not so much. We are hopeful that sometime in the fall, draws will resume. And let's see how it goes. But right now, because of the election next year, they know that announcing anything, the other party can use it as a point. You get? And I get that a lot of people are waiting for these draws and waiting for these announcements. Please, as much as possible, explore and make sure you have more than one route to get your PR. I always advise this. You know, when I speak with people that call me, like, if you want to contact me directly, acidalin.aba@gmail.com. When I speak with them, I tell them, I don't like to give people one plan. We need to have plan A, B, C, D, E. We need to be realistic. We need to have realistic plans. We need to have plans that can work. We need to have plans that will take time. We need to have plans that, like, what do you have in your hand? It's like in the Bible when the woman was praying for something and Elijah said, what do you have in your hand? He said, no, I don't have anything, just, oil in a cruise. And he says, bring it, because you must have something in your hand. When you call me, don't say, Asi, I've not done this. In fact, I have nothing. Have something. Have you graduated? Have you done? Because if you have not graduated, you have no work experience. There's no way. PR is not just, it doesn't just come like that. Okay, it's very important for us to plan. Now, concerning international students, I really want to assure you guys, like, I really want to, send hugs. It is not the best of times to be an international student because it almost seems like every single day you open the internet, somebody is coming after your life. Marc Miller is the weapon fashioned against international students. Marc Miller is not chosen at this point. Marc Miller is not a chosen, no, because the announcements, for those of us that have been following the channel, of course, we know it's not news. We were waiting for it, but it's like something you're waiting for and will happen, but still, it still gives you that little shock value, like, wow, this thing is getting real. Do you understand? So most likely, by the grace of God, hopefully things get better. We begin to see changes. If you're an international student waiting admission right now, I think you can properly position yourself. If you can, now depends on your course. IELTS lasts a year. So it's not a situation whereby I would tell you to do IELTS before coming. Do you understand? Because IELTS only lasts a year, you have to do the IELTS in Canada. Because even if you're doing a 1-year course, unless you're doing maybe 8 months course, and those 8-month courses are like 1 year, so you can do it back home, and immediately after you finish and you apply for your PGWP, you use that IELTS. In that case, yes, because the IELTS exam is such that you have to read. IELTS can mess a lot of people up. Basic things can mess people up, and this exam is over $300. So if you fail it, you write it again. You fail it, you write it again. And imagine writing IELTS 3-4 times, and it's not for PR, it's for PGWP. That's your first line of defense. Now you see the reason why I say target it, write it, and be in the pool. So that whatever comes out of it, you can use that same IELTS also for your PGWP. But at least always shoot for the stars. Don't say because, oh, college is only 5, CLB 5 I don't need too much. Understand that Macmillan is also owing us reports on the home care route, and you know, that's his PR on arrival. He has shelved that announcement. I'm sure it's more of a political, you know, statement. Let him just hold it back because the climate is really tense. So whatever comes out of that one as well, those of you that got CLB 5 and you're in college, you're safe, because CLB 5 is also what you need for the home care route. So those people doing personal support work as maybe your main job or as your second program, you're safe. Make sure you get your experience. Make sure you get all the things in order. Those of you doing courses, I did that whole video. I would even post a link. I said, do not study business course. You come and you do that same thing. Now you're asking me, how will I work? I do not know. Please do what they are looking for. So that when tomorrow now, they now say, oh, it's only people we are looking for. You will not say, I did not say. I like the fact that when people say, okay, this is what I'm studying. I know that you said we should study this. You know, I like it because after a while of bringing it into people's head, they begin to understand the importance of it, because this is their house. This is their space. This is their ground. They make the rules. And if you want something from them, you have to conform to fit into it. You're going to get your certificate. You're going to get your MBA. We are here to get our PR. We are here to get our citizenship. Walk the line. Walk the path. Okay? Do what is needed. This is not the time. It's not that tomorrow I'll see people with placard. They have not done announcement, never reach ground. We start to carry placard. We will not write IELTS. Let's not do that. Protests, no. No. If you come to a country and you now start working, the people that are in the country, predominantly French and English speakers, they need to understand what you're saying, right? It's just simple. So as long as you speak clearly, or one thing I fault the Westerners for, their ears don't seem to be trained to understand that people have accents. Yes, there are some thick accents. Yes, there are some other accents, but that's the place of intelligence. Most of the time, it just seems like when your brain is conditioned for one thing, it's not a good thing. No, it's a very myopic way of thinking. You cannot, that means if they pick you and take you to Australia or take you to UK, you will be lost in the class because of the way they pronounce their words, and you'll be lost. And it's not good. It's always good to think wide. So when people say, oh no, why not speak Canadian English? My dear, this channel is for intelligent people. I'm talking like IQ, over 100 and something. So that those people, when they hear me talk, they get it. Please, I beg you, when your IQ come up, you will understand it. That's how mountains are very straightforward. It's not for everybody. I'm not sent to help everybody. In fact, I'm sent to only help one person. I'm not the kind of channel that will lie that I want to help people. I don't know. It's not, no. It's not my work. It's not my work. I'm just here to give you information, because if I tell you I want to help you, you now feel like you're entitled to that my help, because if you said and send me message, nobody sent me any message. I'm just here to give you information. I'm not here to help. You will use the information and help yourself. If you now say, oh, I see that information you gave, I was able to use it and I helped myself and I got it, I will be happy for you. But then for you to say, I see you did not help me well, that's where, you know, let's not come to blows, okay? All right, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below if you enjoyed this video. Yes, I know it is not the news that many people must have been expecting, but I do not see it as a bad news, quote unquote, so to speak. The emotions in the country and the announcements we've been getting prior have sort of prepared us for this kind of thing. So if you have been in Canada, I'm sure your shock value is like on 100. Nothing should shock you again, okay? Absolutely nothing should shock you. This is the announcement, and we are going to adjust whenever they bring bus, we are ready. When they bring those, we are ready because we know our goal and we are going to stay focused. Thank you guys so much for watching me, your girl Acid Darling. Please check out my other videos and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.
When you see me dance, so I dance as we know.